Yesterday, let's deal with this matter. Yesterday, Baako came out a day before yesterday, or the statement to be Babontene, and I'll say, this letter you are looking at right now is the certificate of Akufo-Addo, because this is the same document that was brought to Ghana. Baako pa, what's the Akufo-Addo chance? You are ejaculating too early. One of our friends said premature ejaculation. You have ejaculated in your mouth. Baako, you are sitting in your home and you are ejaculating in your mouth. One kasano, you are shokoing in your mouth. You are spermatozoaing in your mouth. You are premature ejaculation. It is going into your own mouth. Baako. It's an embarrassment for you, like Baako, being in the system for all these years, saying that you are the man who can handle documents, who knows everything, embarrassing yourself like this. It is not even about this. So what you came out with today has shown, say, Akufo-Addo is an imposter. I am shocked. But you see, when you expose yourself to that level, and who say you are not intelligent again, they don't take you serious. And I'll prove the reason why you are not serious. And I'll prove to you why you are a liar. Nobody should take you serious. I'm shocked. I was even surprised when you brought out something today again. What are you defending here? The president, you are defending him. He is a criminal. He knows he's an imposter. What are you defending? Now, yesterday, we talked about this. Baako, you have prematurely ejaculated in your own mouth. Swallow it. Let me let you swallow. You swallow it. Premature ejaculation. Today, you will swallow your own ejaculation. You have prematured it. Oh, predodo. You are defending crime. It's not good. Now, let me show you why Baako is ignorant. Why Baako is trying everything possible to cover the crimes of Akufo-Addo. It will not work. I kept telling you yesterday, we are in 2022. We do fact checking, we analyze, we ask questions and demand reasonable answers. We ask the questions and we demand reasonable answers. It's not like going to sit on PSFM and they will allow you to talk and you hold some sheet of paper and say, this is from Jubilee House. No, we will provide the facts and then we will ask very important questions and we force you to speak. Now, Baako yesterday, feeling so embarrassed, he can't come out again. So he said, let me do something again today. Masa, you are rather making Akufo-Addo unpopular. I'm going to show you something. So after yesterday's episode, this is what he showed us. That this is what shows that Akufo-Addo actually went to Middle Temple and that he is the best. He is the best lawyer. He has the right to practice. So Ghana for more Ghana, you know, Akufo-Addo certificate in your president, that's his certificate. His own man, Baako, who deals with all the documents in the world, he flew to Switzerland with Gabi Asoro-Chidaku to go investigate Jerry John Rawlings to see, say, Rawlings a weird scar. Or buy, you know, or there's a pine a buy. Also, the best journalist, senior most journalist, I'll say, I will make you ejaculate in your own mouth. You will swallow your own sperms. I would need say, the autumn watch. Let me explain something to you. Now, after yesterday's expose, I told you people that Baako cannot provide a certificate to prove Akufo-Addo is a legitimate lawyer. Nobody on earth. The day I will see that document, I will shut my company down. Me say, the day anyone on this planet will produce a certificate from anywhere that Akufo-Addo has been sanctioned or certified to practice law, I will kill myself. He does not have. Now, Baako is trying to protect Akufo-Addo. Ayaka, in his effort to protect Akufo-Addo's criminality, no, he has messed Akufo-Addo up more. Now, you Baako yourself, you. Why couldn't you finish Gimpa? You are not even thinking about your own Gimpa. Gimpa na okwani police, soldier, bodyguard, no. Why did you drop out? You dropped out like the way your own president dropped out. You are dropouts. Dropouts united. Mombo fankoba. The fact of the case is, the question is, let us see your certificates. Certificateless old men. Dropout association. Now let me deal with your matter. Your matter is so funny, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. I don't want to give it too much importance, because you have clearly today, what you came out with has shown Akufo-Addo is a liar. Akufo-Addo is an imposter. Me say, I'll buy your ticket first class, whatever airline, come to America, come to Columbia Law, and demand that Kode Brothers was Akufo-Addo there. I will pay your stay. I will give you my own C class to drive. Master, shut up. Don't embarrass yourself like that. Baako is a liar. drop out united for. We will grab you people one. By next year, no you people don't speak truth. Maintain and dare your level. You are still ejaculating. I'll let you swallow every single drop of your sperm that comes out of your bema. I will let you do that. Say you like saying premature ejaculation. I'll make you ejaculate. It will be done. Soakings now any milk. Ideal milk now another vim. Now sir, I will let you do it every day. You see, you are being exposed. Now this is what Baako came up with today. So this is Akufo certificate. Mama Ghana so be so a bema only be before for a certificate. Akufo certificate ni. When Baako be chere say Akufo a legitimate licensed lawyer or practice or UK. Well, this toilet paper. Wait, and are you not embarrassed? I feel shy when I discuss these issues because why do you people embarrass yourself like that? You cook this guy. This guy is an imposter. Now look at this. This is a document Baako akofaba. Now document the person can say this document clearly shows that Nana Akuffoaddo actually was certified at Middle Temple as a lawyer. In Ghana for MPP Ejimifwe, munyina mesi here certificate too. Sir, Okache say me ko school or presec. Na me ka presec for ho. Obi owie Jesus be betuma ko presec. But at the end of the day, one amu na wie presec ya more abodi ni say obetuma atoa so akọ university and aso betuma de akoye adwuma. Eno na ma catches say you are a presec graduate or an SSC graduate or WASI graduate. Baako, stop being mischievous. Why are mischievous? I can't cannot heaven. Just clean your ass a little bit. Now this is what Baako came out with. And what is on this another sheet of paper? Now what's on this paper is yan trying and breaking it down. I'm on TBBS. Mami Reedy at the crack Baako said today he's sharing. Yeah, busa certificate. No, so the toilet papers. Certificate the Ebuso Baako is bringing toilet papers. Now let me explain something here. Now Baako, he has actually thrown Akuffoaddo under the bus. I don't know whether he's doing this intentionally to destroy Akuffoaddo more. And I'm worried a little bit. I hope so Akuffoaddo any problem. Because what Baako is doing, it looks like he wants to disgrace the guy more. And I don't want you to do that. Because the embarrassment is too much. Mr. Kwaku, I will force you to prematurely ejaculate in your own mouth. Sign this today. You ejaculate, you will get pregnant yourself. You see? Oh, pray. You think you are the wisest person. You have maneuvered through all these years. One kasakura certificate unibi. Or your highest one certificate just a form 3. And now the name Ghana. Gempa, you are a dropout. Show us certificate called Gempa Unyaye. You don't even deserve to be discussing Ghana's political issues. I'm being honest with you. Your level of intelligence is so low for people like us. You see, anything emoji platforms in our boss, so you did not allow Ghanaians to also express themselves. So you monopolize the system. Oh, we are senior journalists. Nothing like senior journalists in the world. It is your work. What work have you done? And then you are defending a president who does not have certificate. The simplest question we are asking is, can you show me a certificate? And oh, bro, for the toilet paper, it's a simple question. Show me a certificate. Oko exam, baby, while we are senior high school, I finished senior high school, my certificate. It is missing. Give me they will print it for you. They will go to AYEC. So just a certificate. Sanko Krawe, Oman Kanu Krep, make Magana for young men at Tiasie. They don't talk true. Mama Baako is a liar. He is trying to lie to he wants to maybe destroy Akuffoaddo more. Maybe he has had a change of mind. Or so good anymore more. Maybe I'm here to tell you the truth. Now see. Baako pa hey uncle egunwenyimazo mi konfantinyi egunwenyimaso papa ochanopa edidua twetwe usin wi a na ede maxam atodo when onte into me nkasa into me mama facts. Give me facts. I sit here and I tell you give me facts. Enya me nkwa from Ghana for I go for toilet paper way. Now see this. Maybe intelligence and wisdom. You are intelligent in your own world, but let me show you that wisdom nyankopon enedema lies. I can never defeat truth. I want to prove something to you today. Me say nyansa, adwene nyansa, oyo nyame de dema. You are trying to capitalize on your little knowledge you have gained through your illegalities and lies. But we have allowed God to honor us with wisdom. inti nyabotre na menchiro mu say ade crowd ba yokrampo no it is worse what the Akufo Addo krampo akɔhye cars we send career kra one me hu say Akufo Addo kromfo or your imposter he never has a certificate now document be na only Ghana what don't you have you can even tell us the month with all due respect the month Rebecca always gets her menses you can tell us bring a doctor's report and tell us with all due respect to Madam Rebecca you can tell us things, people, personal things about people. You cannot show me a Akufo Addo certificate. You, hey, I will let you ejaculate in your own mouth. You will swallow your own sperms. Next time, let me show you something. You are low voltage crowd. We are vote now. We are low voltage. We are jarry bob, kitchen bob. Your brightness is very, very dim. Let me show you. Now, when you go to Oko down where document go kuba kunet beto abontino na document be our second read no or say and the Chese Akufo Addo a certified lawyer ono na adwene mu no now look already I'll say number 13 here Catherine Elizabeth dien number 13 ufri wana ko number Akufo Addo any number it go forward but no problem so under number 13 no the second one Akufo Addo there or say a William Adodankwa Akufo Addo of Lansing College and listen to me very well Lansing College and University of Ghana right and of P.O. Box 207 Accra Ghana born on the 29th of March 1944 at Accra Ghana. He goes on to say this first son of Edward Akufo Addo P.O. Box 207 Accra Ghana Chief Justice of Ghana called 22nd July 1971. Now, look at this. You say Akufo Addo was called 1971, right? And then he actually was called by Middle Temple. Let's take it that way. Now, when you study this document is in the public domain. Go and pick it up. When you check the document, I just say, from what he is saying in the year, no, Akufo Addo was 27 years when he was allowed to practice as a lawyer. 27 years from what we are reading here, right? Okay. Now, when you look at the list on the paper, listen, you time a chum. What's Akufo Addo cry like cry? What my mom for you go so you cry? Or say didn't pabro, you know pabro. Your body near tian mim, near son men near tanimu, or your cromfo. See, so when you look at what Akufo brought out, or say Middle Temple, a pass Akufo Addo out as a lawyer, and it wasn't fine. Now, when you look at it very well, it means Akufo Addo was a legitimate lawyer when he was 27 years. That's fine. Now, so we shall list now. When you look at the list critically, every single person on this list has a law school connected to their name. Let's take our time. Every one of them there, they have a law school connected to their name, meaning they went to a law school before Middle Temple passed them out to go practice. You can go to Middle Temple to do an apprenticeship. If you are in Ghana and you go to Otuobu Secondary School or something, UK, my father-in-law has a law firm. My mother-in-law, they have their own separate law firms. You can practice there as a paralegal. You can do internship. You were not coming from a law school. It is a OSHA list very well. Every single individual on the list has a law school connected to them, meaning they had a law degree. Now, so OSHA, what is in this Akufo Addo profile now? I say Lansing College, Legon. Now, we all know Akufo Addo cannot provide any document to show everyone that Lansing College he finished. And we all know Lansing College is not a law school. That's one. Fine. Now, secondly, Legon, Akufo Addo, every Lansing or drop it out, a Pamona, Lansing Crampon only certificate, you know. When he went back to Legon, he had third class. We all know what he read in Legon. That was economics. So, how can you bring an economics degree to come and say you went straight to Middle Temple and you were made a lawyer? You were certified. These are the holes in what Baako is trying to do. He's exposing Akufo Addo more. Akufo Addo went to Lansing College. Lansing College, everybody knows, is not a law school. Now, Lansing College in Akufo Addo cannot provide a certificate that he completed. That is why we are saying, say, the Okoye Middle Temple, it was an internship Anyone can apply for an internship. Now, young first Lansing, when he certificate, he dropped out. Of freelancing about Ghana, because na onya bibi ekuta. When he came to Ghana too, he went to Legon, he studied economics, and he got third class. Now, at that point, was Akufo-Addo a law student in Legon or an economic student? And that was the question nanaakuffoaddo them were posing, that this guy is an economic student. She never saw Akufo-Addo study law in Ghana. Those in Ghana Law School too are moko time or law. Obian's ember out because Akufo-Addo call Ghana Law School. That's what I'm saying. Baako is messing Akufo-Addo up more. Now, hey, Baako, you mess yourself up big time. Now, into a freelancing college, or drop it out, only certificate or call Ghana. How did Akufo-Addo get a law degree to go to Middle Temple to show to them that I have finished law school in Ghana and that I have to come here for you people to sanction me to practice? So we read the Endra letter now, and this is the letter I want to show you. Yesterday's letter, there is something in there that says, let me try and read that to you. I say he was specially, you see, they allowing him to come to Middle Temple. It was on special. Let me try and find this letter, because I want to make Baako understand, say, with Jano, with Gunu, all his career, they are building in our saying. Now, when you read yesterday's letter, or say Akufo, or say when Akufo the certificate now, when you read some part, it says clearly, say, let me find it. Okay, so it says this. Akufo-Addo of Ghana University and of 162 Ambassadorial Enclave, East Legon, PO Box 207, Accra, Ghana, was specially admitted. So almost fake certificate when it put some specific statement there to show, say, this guy was specially admitted, meaning he was not admitted as a student who came with a law degree. He was specially admitted. Somebody could have known somebody at Middle Temple and said, let this my kid do apprenticeship here. Let this my kid come here and do apprenticeship. I am Akufo-Addo's father. I used to work here. I used to be here. I know friends. Can you help my son do apprenticeship? It was a special thing. He was not in the mainstream because they were very careful if even this document is legit. And the person who faked this document was doing everything possible to try to avoid anything later. That's why they put that statement there. So for Baako to bring this piece of another piece of toilet shit, this toilet paper again, to say Akufo-Addo is a lawyer because on some sheet of paper that we cannot verify, he is certified to practice in the UK and in France. Now, let's say it's fine. Akufo-Addo is a lawyer. Let's take with Baako's analogy. This is Akufo-Addo's law certificate too. Akufo-Addo law certificate. Let's stick with that. Now, let me ask Baako a simple question. Baako, the simplest question we've been asking is, if you say Akufo-Addo was sanctioned or certified to practice law in the UK, as you've been saying and bringing 2 sheets to prove that that's a certificate, let Akufo-Addo come out and tell us who he practiced the law with in France, Coudet brothers. Because when you watch Akufo-Addo's interview with the ambassador of France, he was specific about that. He said he practiced. A young lawyer from the UK who has been, because there are 2 things. You can be an apprentice, but you cannot be a practicing lawyer when you don't have a law degree or a background in law. Akufo-Addo was an apprentice. He did not have the degree to be sanctioned as a lawyer. And let's draw that line. Yes, Akufo-Addo went to Middle Temple. Was he a student? What qualification did he use to be admitted, or did he present to be admitted in Middle Temple? Because before you can go into the law school itself, you need to have you need to have a law degree. And from Lansing, from what I know, Lansing is not a law school. Legon, 3rd class economics, it's not a law school. So tell us, because in Ghana, which law school did he go, or wherever law school he went, to use that certificate to enter Middle Temple? Middle Temple, he could have entered Middle Temple with just Legon degree to go and do apprenticeship. If a young man from Ghana comes to the US and tells me, Kevin, I want to work at your father-in-law's office, and I'll ask him, so what's your background education? So I am a first degree holder. I read Dontology in Legon, but in the future I would like to be a lawyer. So I want to go and study how it works. Can you help me get to do internship at your father-in-law's law firm? I can help him because when he goes there, he's not going to practice. He's going to learn. He'll be a paralegal. That person does not have the certification to practice. So if that person stays there for 3 years and steps out, that person cannot call himself as a lawyer because you don't have the certification to practice as a lawyer. Now, when you step out of my father-in-law's law firm and somebody asks, are you a lawyer? The only thing that you can say to justify why you can be called a lawyer, a practicing lawyer, is your certificate. And the question is, the first letter yesterday, is it Akufo Addo certificate? Now, let's leave everything. Let's say all that Baako is showing is true. The simple question we've been asking all these years. Can he mention one person that he practiced with in France? Can he mention one person that he handled a case with in France? Can he show us a document to prove that in France he was part of a case? This is the simplest question any journalist should be able to ask. What is all this nonsense, Baako? You are rather making people know Akufo Addo is fake. And he is fake. I've been saying it. He's an imposter. There's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do to save Akufo Addo's criminality is to bring a certificate. Because when you look at the list you yourself brought out, you have shot Akufo Addo in the head. Every single individual on this list has a law school connected to them. Akufo Addo has Lansing and Legon. And Lansing and Legon are not law schools. Baako, stop this. It's embarrassing. One guy said, "You to me, Didi. Me say I'll force you to ejaculate in your own mouth. Your mouth will be full. You give birth from your mouth. You don't know where you are getting yourself, what you are getting yourself into, right? Come back tomorrow and come and show us another certificate. It is certificate, certificateless, certificate, K-E-K-E-P. And then I go for toilet papers. It's a simple certificate, Baako. You know everything. Just show us a simple certificate. Certificate. You are bringing toilet sheet and Akufo Addo and Middle. I don't care. Let's say Middle Temple. Middle Temple, he was qualified to do that. Fine. Now in Kude, in France, who did he practice with? Who allowed him to practice? Which documentation did he show to the France authorities to allow a British who comes into France? He needs to go through the process before a British practicing lawyer can practice in France. You cannot just walk into France and practice. You need to go through the process for them to give you that authorization to practice. What did he do? Can you show us a single evidence? We don't even need certificate. A single document. Why? Baako. What kind of embarrassment is this? Why are you making kids like us ridicule you before you die? What are you doing to yourself? Because the issue here is the reason why now we know Akufo Addo is not a lawyer. What you are doing is you are exposing Akufo. That is why he was secretly sworn in Ghana, because he did not have a classmate, law school classmate. Because he did not have the certification to be a lawyer in Ghana. So his father used his influence, because his father was a best friend or a good friend to Akpalu. That was why he was the only person sworn in Akpalu's office. Let's say that is special. This is not the first time it's happened. It has happened to Anas. It has happened to Atodazi. Now the issue is, who are your classmates? If you were sworn in, maybe because of security, you were Akufo Addo's son. People might attack you. So they took you to Akpalu's office and you sworn. Who is your classmate in Ghana? Because Lansing is not a law school. Legon third class, you read economics. How did you? So read your own document. What are you doing? Media, I came with my facts and I told you I have gone to Columbia Law School. The archives are there. Every single lawyer that practiced at Kude Brothers in France, their names are there. Your name is not there. His name is not there. I am saying I am willing to pay your flight, your ticket, to come to the United States of America to verify. And I'm saying it on authority. Akufo Addo never practiced in France. It's a lie. He's an imposter. He's not a lawyer. That is why when he came to Ghana, ask yourself his specialty in law, or say, or a human rights lawyer. And they say, with all due respect, and they say, I call it also your political science. because he chose a more soft path. With all due respect, there are some very intelligent human rights lawyers, but he chose a path that will not corner him. Into Obaya, no, say, oh, you're a dear lawyer, or say, I am a human rights lawyer. What are your track record? Which cases have you been part of? He cannot show you. Because you are coming from France, right? You were in UK, you were practicing. You were in France, you were practicing. Let us know your track record. You say you're a human rights lawyer. Nice. Have you been involved in any case? You say you practiced. Have you done any case? The man is a liar. The facts are pointing. It is clear. Kwaku, shut up and stop. The embarrassment is too much. You're making me laugh at you. You can come back 100,000 times. The simple question every Ghanaian is asking: show us a certificate from UK. And no credit is too much. Show us something you did. The law job that you were part of, a certificate, somebody you worked with in France, Coudet brothers. Because in your own friend's mouth, he made it emphatic. I hope there's the video.
You went to France and you lived and worked in France
for 5 years.
5 years
as a young man. Yeah.
So when was that exactly?
At the very beginning of the 1970s. I went to France in 1970, in the last year of Georges Pompidou's presidency.
Right.
Yes.
That was my next question. So I thought I would trick you with who was the president. Yes.
Georges Pompidou.
Yes.
And as a Ghanaian who was educated in England, that had been the exposure. All the experience was English related, and I thought I should have experience of another European civilization before finally coming back to Ghana. And
so it was a choice.
It was a choice.
You thought you wanted a second European country.
I thought that experience would be good, and France made a lot of sense to me for the same reasons as I gave. All our neighbors are French, and I thought that it would make somebody, because right from the beginning I always intended a political career.
Oh, you thought of it.
Yes.
So you thought that you were actually accumulating assets
to make that experience. I come from a very political family.
Yes. Which
sure
surprised me that you went to France in 1970, because actually the leader here, the head of state at that time,
was my father.
Was your father?
A little bit also to escape all of that.
Oh yeah, like we all do when we're young.
Yes.
So when you arrived in France, did you know France before? Or is it with
yes,
first visit?
I'd been there a couple of times as a student in London. I'd gone, like all of us do, for every now and then for a weekend in Paris and all of that.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed the idea that I was going to go and work there. And I was unfortunate. A very famous and very well established American law firm was good enough to offer me a job in
Paris.
In Paris as conseil juridique, as they were known in those days in Paris.
So it was the very beginning of a career of a lawyer when you begin as a conseiller juridique.
Absolutely, and I began it in France.
Right.
Really an extraordinary experience for me, because the firm was the main law firm for the major American companies that were doing business in Europe, in France and in Europe. So you found that the big American multinational companies, Ford, Lockheed, Bank of America, Citibank, all of these were clients of Coudet. And it gave me a big insight into how those corporations work and the mindset that animates them. They also had important French
companies,
especially those who had a lot of international exposure, like Marcel Dassault. The French aviation company was a client of Coudet's as well.
And one of your clients was also a wine company, or is it? Lille. What?
Obwa. The okanyina obwa. Akwawe. Onkanu kura Baako back. Akufo is a liar. Upon the grammar he's speaking, or upon all the grammar he's speaking, the certificate, Baako the certificate ni. You see? So you are talking about Coudet brothers like this. It means you are an integral part of Coudet brothers those times. So why can't you just show us one thing you did there? One person you were there with. You are a practicing lawyer. You are there with other people. I've showed you the resident partners. Yesterday, I mentioned the list to you. Those were the resident partners of Kude. And nobody has come out to say what I am saying is a lie. You can go and check. They have their resident partners. And I mentioned their name. And I mentioned their names. If I find it, I'll mention them for you to know. So why is Akufo-Addo quiet? Didn't he work with anybody? And these are things we say. The man is a liar. Kwaku Baako, what you are doing, you are making things difficult for him. You are rather opening Ghanaians' eyes to know, for them to know, say, a president needs to be impeached. He's a liar. I've said this every time. And the Kude brothers and the DN show us your colleague. You can show us. And you bring this toilet seat. And the next day, you Kwaku Baako bring this to justify Akufo-Addo is a lawyer. Now the question is, go through the list. Every single person you see there has had a law school experience, have certificate that they have been to law school. Is Lancet a law school? Is Legon a law school? Legon, what did he study? The economics. What did he get? 3rd class. Are you telling me, my friend? I will force you to ejaculate in your mouth. I'm waiting for you again. Ghana for are waiting for just one thing. Let your best friend Akufo-Addo produce a certificate. Now, you don't forget it. Let's go to Kude brothers. He was saying it on TV. It's on record. Who did he practice with? Because there were lawyers there. Which case was he involved in? Because there are lawyers there. Which institution verified his document to allow him to practice there? Because there was an institution there. It's simple as that. Stop throwing out trash. You are misinforming people. Since about our system, what can trust be doing there? Kwaku Baako no, it's not going to help you. Today you yourself are ejaculating in your mouth. You see? Premature ejaculation. You see, today you are ejaculating in your own mouth. Eat it, my friend, eat it. When you are satisfied, go bring another document to justify Akufo-Addo is a lawyer. Bring a certificate. Eat your own sperm, baby. As I call me daddy, eat your own sperm, Baako. You ejaculate in your own mouth. Baby, you think we are joking here? Do you know the job we are doing? You know the serious thinking we are doing, the serious investigative job we are doing, the way we are ready to open the eyes of Ghanaians. Them concept in that baby for to trip. For to know, for baby. Maintain your level. I will force you. You have ejaculated twice. The 3rd time, it will come through your ears. Mr. Baako, the ridicule and the embarrassment and all that, I feel bad for you. Don't involve yourself in this. If you want us to believe you, go to Jubilee House and ask the Leput to give us what we need. He is not a lawyer. Ghana for Mutieme, Nana Akufo-Addo, Kwaku Baako say the certificate ni. We na Kwaku Baako catch them the certificate ni. And I am throwing this challenge to every NPP person. UK for all the MPP gurus, almost so many Nyansa chairman, almost school chairman, almost degree. I want one person to bring a certificate out from UK, to bring a lawyer, a document out that Akufo-Addo practiced in France. I will quit my job. I'm giving you people 3 months. No, I'm giving you to the 29th of March, Akufo-Addo's birthday. Before we do the Evelyn aka Sawa Bruni interview, I am giving you people till the 29th of March. And I'm giving you Kwaku Baako another homework. Tell us who Akufo-Addo practiced with in Kude, in France. Tell us the case Akufo-Addo was involved in. We don't want to even talk about France. UK, he has the certificate, fine, he was practicing. Tell us who he practiced with. Who? One name. Which case? Which year? And which date? I'm giving you an assignment. Until you do this assignment, nobody will take you serious in Ghana. Don't be a joker, my friend. You are old. You're an old man. You have grandchildren. Don't let power ridicule you like that. Don't embarrass yourself like that. What are you doing? You're making this achim people use you like a rag. Why? All that you have built, you yourself, you don't have a certificate to prove. So what are you doing? Why are you doing this? I used to respect you a lot, and I still respect you. Just admit that we have an imposter as a president. The guy is not a lawyer. MPP for Krampo almost the party they cannot come out and defend the Akufo-Addo. So sit back. Ukrawe CPP ni edanka kran yesiama maintain and sit back. We don't come here or be a target. We don't want to target anybody. We don't want to use strong words. People like you have been, no matter what, you're older than me. Just respect our intelligence a little bit and stop the comedy, please. But I will force you to ejaculate the third time, and your sperms will come out of your nose, your ears and your nose, your ears and your nose. I will let you ejaculate, pre-ejaculation to go in your mouth. The third time, I'm saying I'm waiting for you. The sperms will come out from your mouth, your nose, and your ears. This generation is a dangerous one. It's a generation that takes stuff serious. We look at things critically. We think through things. We look for the facts before we speak. The quadrant time is gone. We are in a new era. Baako, I am ashamed of you today, but I'm still giving you a homework. I will stop ticking. The time will start ticking tonight. Well, Bishop Kukuba, because Kevin Taylor has given you an assignment. Have you answered? Until he answers this, nobody should give him any room. He is nobody. He is a man who tries to defend criminals, imposters. I have given you an assignment, a certificate. 1. And then 2, show us who Akufo-Addo practiced with in France. Coudet brothers. Who? Which case? Which case was he involved? Which case? Which law court did he stand? And who was his colleagues in France?